This is the Fantasy Classics graphic novel adaptation of Frankenstein, published as volume 15 in its Graphic Classics series. This comic book adaptation and the series that it is published in is recommended for ages 12 through adult. The Graphic Classics adaptations are black and white illustrations, and they tend to feature a number of different kinds of artistic styles. So they are visually very diverse, even as they are all in black and white. One of the unique features of this particular adaptation that I've actually never seen before is that it starts with a prologue adaptation titled Phantasmagoriana, which is a play on the title of the ghost story collection that the Shelleys and Byron and their guests were reading in the summer of 1816. And it actually adapts key moments from that origin story. So, although I've seen adaptations that do take on this origin story, I haven't seen them published alongside a full adaptation of the novel. And so, in this volume, about a third of the pages are dedicated to Frankenstein between the prologue and the adaptation itself of the novel by Lott and illustrated by Skot Olsen. And I should say that the first part is also adapted by Lott, but illustrated by Mark A. Nelson. And so you'll notice immediately that there are different illustrators, and there's a real shift in how the art is laid out, but it attempts at least to reproduce quite a bit of the key scenes of Mary Shelley's novel, and there's a lot of emphasis on the emotion and the emotional backdrop and the emotional aspects of the story. So it's really great for thinking about romanticism. Here, the creature is seen kind of in the distance, kind of like a Yeti figure almost. It's kind of hairy looking. But he looks different in different parts of the story. Here we have, real pain on the creature's face. He looks kind of like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings series. And, there's a really, again, it's like a kind of a fantastical look here. He definitely looks like that Lord of the Rings character. So really sinister. He fluctuates back and forth from really sinister to, really sympathetic. And so it's a great graphic novel. Here we have a return to the Walton storyline. And there are many books in the Graphic Classics series. And these are great for ages 12 and up. I've taught before the other Gothic classics, and that's pretty great. If you teach Mark Twain, there's an issue dedicated to his works and many more. So check out this series, Fantasy Classics graphic novel adaptations.